Hello, Charlie Tango 1 coming at you here with a different video. It's just it explains how I make my what they call my raised magic lead. So I don't know how this is going to go, but bear with me because I've got a editing program and I'm just trying to make sure I understand it fully. So it's going to be hit and miss along this one. Right, the first thing we need to do is get ourselves, well, this is where I get myself some round leather. Now, belting leather, I think it's termed as. Now, because I'm going to put this on there, roll this on here. It naturally it's bent, that it's coiled that way off of the reel. So I want to have it so that it goes up the opposite way, so that the overlap is on this side, not on the underside. Then naturally it will take that shape. Right, first thing I need to do is I've just measured along here. I'm not gonna bore you with all the measurements, but the first thing I need to do is, I'll bring it down this way a bit so you can see, is I'm going to just skive in some of this, take off this level here, like so. A bit high there, so I'm just going to, and this is how all my leads are done. This is strong old belting leather, this is. I'm trying to get my hand out of the way so you can see. If it's too far away, I'm going to have a bit of a job there. But what I can do is I can always zoom in on it so that you can see there. Now you can see what I've taken away. I've just taken away that piece there. Well, it's not very much if you look at how much I've dug into. It's very little. Now I'm going to do it on the other side. I'm going to use a splitter. The little ticking you can hear is apparently, I think I can only have about half an hour on the video. So what I've done is I'll put the timer on it and then I'll try and fade it in, hopefully. Right, I'm just going to split this one. Right, like so. Same with this one. Like so. So now what we have is we have a piece of split leather. Okay. Now that's it, and it's going to be folded back like that against that mark, like so. Right, so let's put that out of the way. Not bore you with all the other stuff. It's quite a involved job, really. Sorry if I'm rabbiting on, I'm just trying to talk you through it the best I can. Now what I do is I have my own little trade here. I do is get the old staple gun. I don't staple it in tight, but I staple it in anyway, just so this helps me. It holds it down while I'm trying to glue it. Right, here's my little jar. First thing I do then is I get this one. Just get my glue brush now. Right. Ooh. Oh, it looks like that wants mixing with that. Bear with me. I'll put a bit of thinners in my in the last of the glue tin, and it's sat on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix that in, because what happens is this glue does get thick over time. If it's been here a while, every time you have the lid open, air's getting to it. I've got the door open because the fumes are quite potent. As I say, I've been in this game a bloody long time, working with these high vapor glues. So, you know, I'm a bit old in the tooth now to start worrying too much about inhaling all that, but prevention's better than cure, but the damage is already done. But no point in making it any worse than what it is. So that's what I do. Right, I'll just put that on there, and I'll wipe my old screwdriver off, so that that's it, that's that done. Oh yeah, it's been very hot yesterday and it's going to be very hot again today. So I have to get up here in this shed early in the morning to get as much done as I possibly can. What I'm doing now is I'm just dipping this into the glue. That's it. Okay, I'll put that on there, doesn't matter really. That's it, I've got to just shave a piece off of there, I forgot to do that, so well, it's eating into that. It's a thirsty old bit of leather, that is. Right. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape this end off. I'll show you. I'm going to go over there. Just going to shave this piece off. Let's bring it in close on that one, just as you can see. That's it, I'll go down this way so you can see it. Okay, you see that one all right. Bring it down a bit more so you got it in view. Okay, and I'm just going to take that straight down there so it's feathered down. Oh, where are we? To a wedge. Do the same on the other end, but I'll just let that glue go off a little bit for then now. The reason I'm doing this one is because this gentleman just wants me to purchase one. He's actually got on my mate Chris. Oh, Chris, I'm desperate for one of these Ray's Magic leads, but he says, could you forward my details on to him? And reading what he said, it's about this Labrador that he's actually rescued. And if he's watching this video, he know who he is. I'll just say his name's Adam, that's all. He rescued this dog because I think at the time the couple were going through a divorce or something, but that's by the by. So he's taken this dog in, and it was bought with all the papers and everything else. It's from Gundog working stock, so it's not it's not just an ordinary Labrador. Now, the reason I'm just using this piece of, well, let's move that out, or you can't see what I'm doing. I forgot that. That's it. Sorry about that. All I've done is just glued the other end of that round leather. Now, where was I? I'm just going to glue this panel leather now, and I'll just use this little bit of cloth underneath here. I don't know if you can see it. Yes, you can. Just so I don't get all the glue on my bench. Anyway, so he's got this Labrador, and when I got the message from Chris, I thought it's from a different person had this dog, but he was explaining to Chris how he come by this dog, and lo and behold, the message was regarding this Labrador, and I thought, oh right, well I do have another collar and lead here. I always try and keep one spare, but the collars that I do for springers is a different length to what I do for Labradors, i.e. the reason being, a Labrador's neck, 9 out of 10 when fully grown, is about 18 inches long, you know, round. So these have to be made at a different length. Now, I could be like a lot of some people are out there, oh well, that'll do, just send that, he won't know. That's not my attitude. My attitude is, well, if it's for a particular dog, then it's no good sending a collar for a Jack Russell for a bloke that's got a Labrador. Now, the springers, they're not much smaller, but there is a difference. And the important factor is that is the length of this collar. Now, the length of this collar has got to be such that it's just the ring that's attached to the lead is just off the ground to get the correct length. Let me just slither this one off. I nearly forgot, didn't I? There you go, that's that one done. Now, just going to put this on here like so. It probably seems a lot of tedious, you know, stuff that I'm doing, but I enjoy doing it. Bear with me, just going to get me over them. Yeah, I enjoy doing it because I just like working with leather, yeah, I suppose, in a nutshell. So there we go. I'm just laying this down here now. So I've got all the flat side one side, and I'm pulling it fairly taut so that right, like that. Now what I'm going to do, this is the reason why I've stapled it, so it stays at where it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to now glue the leather, and you're probably saying, oh, this is like watching paint dry, this is, look. You're showing us how to bloody glue something now. Well, you can watch it if you want, or you can turn it off if you find it boring. I mean, that's your prerogative, but I'm just trying to give some bit of formal information of how I go about doing what I do as a hobby now. So what I'm going to do with that bit is I'll get hold of this little bit of stuff here, and I'll just pick that up and I'll just put that on there to keep it away from the grade leather, panel leather, whatever you want to call it. Oops. As I say, I'm not there you go, I'm not too bothered, that's going on fine. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to just fire up my do I need that again? I probably do. I can use a little one for that. Sorry, just thinking aloud here. Turn that off, put that on. I'll just leave that, I'll leave the brushes to soak in a bit of this all-purpose thinners. It does evaporate over, you know, a couple of days, but I just keep topping it up. Right, just bear with me, there's a little bit of noise coming on here. I'm just going to use my hair dryer. That's a laugh, isn't it? I ain't got no hair. I'm just rapidly drying it out. Otherwise it is like watching paint dry. I hope you can hear me over this thing. There you go, that weren't too bad, was it? Right, take that off of there, and then what I do is get that as middle as the diddle as I can. That's it. And just give it a bit of a half roll like that. He says, why are you doing that? And then I roll it halfway this way. So you don't get any air pockets underneath that bit of and what I do is I pull this up here, because I stapled it either end. I pull it up here and I have my fingers underneath so I can bring it up to the sides, and I know that I'm keeping that flat piece as it should be. Oh dear. That's it. What's happened there? That's lifted. That's no problem. Right then. I'm doing it in this arch shape because it keeps it's following the natural arch of the round leather belting, and so I don't lose that shape. Why am I getting that? That's not going to. It just pushes that down there. A lot of fiddling about, but you can start skipping bits and pieces and then you wonder why it all goes wrong. So, you know, it's not always as straightforward as it may appear, but trouble is, this glue, it's not very forgiving. Once you've stuck it down, it's a pig to pull apart. And I'll take my staplers out there because that's done the job that I wanted it to do. And I hasten to add, you need to have time to watch this video because it's going to go on quite a while. This is the first time, as I say, that I've ever had a go at doing a full video from start to finish. It may go in 1 or 2 parts, I don't know, but what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and blend in number 2 with number 1, and vice versa. So we'll see how it goes. What I'll probably do when it comes to stitching, I'll just I'll turn the camera off, because otherwise all you're going to be doing is sitting there listening to the machine thumping along. But there we go. So that's it, I've got that done like that now. I don't know if you can see that. That's that. And I'm just left with the ends now. So what I do with that is I've got a nice big punch. It's just a big one I use, it doesn't have to be, you know, that. Cut off the ends. Do the same this one. So. Right, now what we do is get out the old magic marker, and I'm going to measure that 3 inches along there, because that's where it's going to be folding. Do the same with this end as well. Right, that's going to go through there. Done. Put that back on there, stop it drying out. It's starting to get warm in this shed now. Running commentary they call this, don't they? Right, I'm going to now put that right in line with that marker and cut the punches like that, and everything falls to pieces. I do the same on the other side. I don't know if you can see that, can you? Just bring that in for you. Do the same again, and I. Have I got it there? Yeah, can do. I'm going to put that in there. Give that a couple of punches. The only reason I do it a bit further forward is because, sorry about that, it's right underneath the leg of the bench. So now what I do, I'll try and bring my work in closer where I can so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to do the same thing again on this other end. Get out, and on this one, see, it sounds a lot more solid, doesn't it? And you don't have to keep hitting it and hitting it. Oh, we've got 5 minutes before the half hour. And then I'll fade this out and go into part 2, I think, because I don't know if it's going to work. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut along this, like I say, right into against that leather, and from there I'm going to go to half from there. From there I'm going to go halfway to where the other mark is. I'm going to go halfway along, which is about there, and I'm going to aim for that marker there. That's it, as I say. That's that one. Let's get that right. That's it. Turn it round. Do the same on this end. Cut that close to the leather, right to that marker. bring that up so it's in line with that one. Then I can mark this the same. Right, so you're left with two pits like that now. Right, which leaves you that. Which I don't like, that ain't right, is it? This is not crucial, this bit here, because it's being folded over like that. So, having done that one, I'm now going to get hold of this end and do the same again. Sorry, I'm getting in the habit of working down the other end of the bench, and it's every time I do that it takes that camera shot, doesn't it? So just got to keep remembering to bring it forward. Right, that's going to go there. Then I'm going to guess that halfway along there, which is going to be there. That's what I'm going for. Fold that up the side so I can marry it up with that, hopefully. Yes, it's definitely starting to get warm now. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, and oh, I don't know if that's. Let's just give a little bit of a bang in here, just see if I can flatten this out a little bit. It may do, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be making much difference, so I think we'll go with that. Right, okay, sorry about the banging. Let's put that up there out the way. Whew. Come around a bit maybe. Sorry about that, I'm just trying to bring it around a bit. Now, what we need to do is, because this is for a Labrador, I need a couple of rings. These are stainless steel rings, they're not brass or iron plated, nickel plated. They're stainless steel, solid stainless steel. So to you, which means it won't rust. So let's get that. There you go. So I tend to just keep pushing that in with my nail, just to, you know, make sure it's in there. Right, now what I'm going to do, now this should re-stick. So let's have a look, see what we do. I just put the old heat gun on it a bit. That just makes the glue a bit tackier again. Put my ring on, line that up so it's nice and level with that one. Oh, there we go, time out. I'm going to have to call this end of part 1. Part 2 coming up soon. Alright, hello, this is part 2, which I'm hoping to blend in with part 1. Let's put the timer on just in case. I'm just trying to cover my back here. There you go, another 30 minutes. Tick tock, tick tock. Right, now next stage, you see me do that. I've stitched it up. I've done that because the machine was on, so I thought I'd do it while it was off camera, and then I've just closed the leather up to it like so. Now, next job I've got to do is put one on the other end, but I learnt the hard way. I put the ring on, and then I tried to put it through itself, which means bending this backwards through the ring, you know, hard work. So to make sure I get it round the right way, I have it so that the waist is on the bottom, the round bit's on the top, and then I just put this through there like so, pull it over that. Ooh, there you go, pull that right the way down there, and we end up with that then. Now I'll put my ring on up to that mark, glue it down. It'll always try and lift near the ring because it's the most restricted point, so I'll still give it an hammering to make sure that the glue's got a hold of it. Now bear with me a minute and I'll just be on the machine. You'll hear me going, it's not worth turning it off. Right, let's go through here. And all my stitching I'm doing on these ends are all double stitched. I don't do, and it's quite a large stitch, because if you do close together the stitches, what happens is it's the same sort of principle as one more stitch there. Let's get that in there. Very similar to a stamp with all perforation marks around the stamp. And what happens is it becomes weak and just tears. So that's why I do a large stitch. Prevents that. Bear with me, I'm just making sure I get them all in the same holes. I'm not double stitching that way then. It's no good. That's that done. It's no good double stitching if you're not going to go in the same holes. So there you go. I've now double stitched that. If you can see that. So I've gone from here, I've gone down to the ring and then come all the way back again, all in the same holes. Because if you went to do it in a different holes, just, you know, double stitch, over stitch it without looking to see if you're going in the same holes, all you're doing is you're putting a hole in between the two stitch holes you just made, which is not going to do any good whatsoever. So I'll show you on the front side, the side that matters. Did I take that one out there? Yes, I did. See, that's the side that matters, but you're only going to see half of it, because the other half is going to be closed up like that. See, you've not got much of it to show. You see that? Get it right. I'm trying to get the angle right in here. Oh, there it is. See, you've only got a little bit showing. And then what I do is I just bang this on the anvil. Yeah. Very hard to match these two up every time. So I end up having to trim it. That's just me being finicky really, but I like them to line up. I'm just going to put a bit of heat on that just to make sure that that does stick. Gets hot. Now I'll just squish it together like that, and I'll get my nail. I'll do it so they come together in the middle. Now I'll get my little angle pliers and I push it like that, just to make sure I've got it in there. And once I've got it in there, then I'll just put the bradle down there to make sure it's got it, which it has. So we now end up with something like that. Okay, I don't know if you can see this alright. Oh, excuse me, I don't know if you can see this alright, but last time I done it with the camera in this position, it worked out okay. So to me it's looking a bit all orangey and everything, but I know it won't turn out that way, he says. See, alright, there we go. That's that. Now, stage 3 is going to take a bit of time. Well, so what I'm going to do, put the lid on the glue, is I'm just going to turn this camera off a minute while I'm stitching, because it's going to take some time to stitch this, because I've got to change my machine foot over as well, from flat stitch to a piping foot. So again, I'm going to try and blend this one in to this video that I'm going to switch off just now, so I'll catch you in a minute. Right, welcome back. This is part 3, which I'm going to blend in, hopefully, so that you're not having to keep clicking on part 1, 2 and 3. So it should all be one video times I've finished it, he says. Right, anyway, I've just stitched that up. As I said, I've just gone to the machine, stitched it up. You don't want to watch that because it's boring, so there's the stitching I've done. I've just done in there, and as I say, I've had to use a piping foot for that, which meant changing it over. This is the piping foot's still on there, but I've had to make that because the machine, which is a Seco CH7B, it's an expensive machine, but they don't do a piping foot for it, and a piping foot is something to do this sort of work with. So all that remains now really is for me to trim this off and then put some wax on it. So now that that's done, you can just pull this over here, pull the ring over here, bring it back down, and then you've got, there's it. Now all I've got to do is put a stop on there, which will basically be one of these. Bear with me. There's your stop going on there like that. Let me just, I'm gonna, before we go any further, let me just cut off the first bit. Well, yeah, then you'll see what I mean. Is that the underside? That's the underside. Right. Let's right, I'm going to cut this so that we can get that stop on there temporary, so you can see what it will look like without this extra waste leather on it. I'm cutting very close to the stitch, bring that down because I don't want that there. It's going to obstruct me from cutting the very end piece. There we go. So you now, that's what you will have. That's what the finished item will look like. And I then will just get the stitch pointers doing the rest of it. I'll just get the piece of the stop like that. I'll put a rivet through there like so. It'll be oiled up and that will slide as my stop. You must use this stop to bring against this ring. If you don't, when you're out in the field and it's training, when it puts his head down to hunt, be a spaniel or a lab, that's when the loop will suddenly go bigger, and that's when it could fall off of his head, and you've got a dog running loose somewhere like that you don't want it to be. There may be other dogs about, or worse still, he may clear off. You've lost your lead. You've got to go hunting around for that, but your first priority is to get your dog, get hold of your dog. So without further ado, that is about it. And you know, I hope you've enjoyed it. I can just finish all this off later because it's just tedious. You can see what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut this surplus off. Let's do it this way. I'm just going to keep cutting this surplus off so you end up with that. Okay, and then I'm going to put some balm on it so it can feed into the leather, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Hope this has enlightened some people as to how I go about doing my collars. And there's no more to be said really than that. I'm just going to finish this off before it gets too hot, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's been informative to you, I hope. But that's my way. I just thought, because every time I start something I show the finished job. Well, it's nice to see something where you've gone through it, thinking, oh, that's how he does that, and oh, that's how he does, you know what I'm saying. So you know, I'm rabbiting on again, aren't I? I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheerio.